What's going on, guys? Dustin with Custom Offsets TV on the YouTube. Although I just realized that this video is going up in the garage, so it's Custom Offsets Garage on the YouTube. We're back with another unboxing video. So as you guys know, we actually announced a partnership with Anthem Off-Road a couple of weeks ago, and it was pretty awesome. But to commemorate that, and as part of that, we actually went in with Anthem Off-Road for a build on this 2020 Powerwagon you see behind me. Now, obviously it's not completed, right? We're missing some stuff here and there, and the grill's gone, and it's still under construction. But part of that build series, we also wanted to get some performance parts because we carry those now. If you didn't know, customoffsets.com, you can actually find performance parts right in our store, or check the links down below. Pretty cool. So today we're actually gonna be unboxing some of the performance parts for the Powerwagon behind me here, starting off with an Mbrp exhaust, then we've got an AFE power intake, and then some goodies from Banks as well. You guys will notice that these boxes are open, and that's because we actually unboxed all of this once before, but had some issues with some audio recording, so we're back to do it again, but everything's better the second time around, right? Except for maybe your ex-girlfriend.
Get down, bend the knee, and touch the sky.
So let's get right into it then. We're gonna start with this Mbrp exhaust, and obviously I don't have to open the box because it's already open. So diving right into it then, this is going to be a 4-inch catback exhaust for the 2019 and 2020 Powerwagons. Again, it's made by Mbrp. It's made of T304 stainless steel, so really, really good quality materials there. Not gonna rust if you're unfortunate enough to live up in places where the air hurts your face like we are in Wisconsin. When we look at what's in the box here, we're gonna have 2 exhaust tips, this guy and this guy, because it is a single side exit but dual tip exhaust. Also included in the box are going to be your various sections of pipe with the spots for the couplers, and of course that nice splitter for your tailpipes. And then if we get all the way in the bottom here, all the clamps and other hardware you'd need. So again, it's a full bolt-on catback kit. It's not gonna take a ton of time to put on because it is from the catback. No tune required on this, obviously, but I gotta be honest, I'm pretty excited to get this on the truck because it's gonna be nasty. These trucks obviously sound really good from the factory. They make pretty good power, so super excited to get this on the truck. Mbrp does advertise, like most exhaust manufacturers, you do get a little lower exhaust gas temperatures, as well as some better sound and some better flow, just because you're going with a bigger diameter pipe. So really cool stuff here. Really excited to get this one on the truck. And yeah, let's, one more thing before I forget, put this guy back in the box. But in terms of the exhaust tips on these guys, they're gonna look really good. So nice polished stainless tip here. Clamp on, obviously not weld on, but probably my favorite part about the Mbrp exhaust tips is that they just have this really minimal branding right here. They have the Mbrp logo on both sides, so it's gonna look really good. And again, this is a little bit bigger tip. I believe this is a 5-inch. Yeah, it should be a 5-inch. And gonna look really good on the truck. So we're excited to get those on there. I'm gonna get this all packed up back in the box, and we'll kind of keep moving. We'll jump into the intake. All right, so up next in the list, and on the other side of the truck, coincidentally enough, because we're going from the exhaust in the back all the way up to the front there, and we have an intake from AFE Power. So this is gonna be their stage 2 intake. It's gonna be a dry intake filter. Of course, it does come with a washable filter that we'll see in a second. Again, fitment for the 6.4 Hemis in the 19 and 20 Powerwagons on this one. So diving right into this one thing that I really wanna touch on is AFE has really good branding on their boxes. So the front, or the top rather, is just gonna feature this nice AFE logo. And then the pattern, I don't know if you guys can see or not, but the pattern of the box is actually small AFE logos patterned across the black. It looks really, really good. Coming to the front of the box then, you have these nice AFE genuine product stickers, which were sealed when we got the product, of course. So you know you're getting a good genuine product. And then if we open this guy up, this is really hard to do upside down, by the way. So opening that lid, again, you have another really minimally branded AFE Power logo right in the front there on the flip, or on the flip thing. I'm not really sure what to call it. Anywho, and then you got these two, and now we're into the actual meat and potatoes of this intake. So we got, are you laughing at me? Because meat and potatoes.
Dude, it's meat and potato. Yeah. See, that's a fine one.
So first thing we got is a nice silicone coupler here with a couple of hose clamps for connecting the pipes. Pretty simple there. In terms of the pipe, the actual intake pipe, what you're gonna find here is really nice quality plastic. So one of the best things about AFE is that they have this nice rigid plastic for their intakes. It's not flexible, it's not gonna twist or bend in the engine bay. Got obviously the spot for the PCV valve there, and then it's got this nice AFE Power logo branded into the side of it again. Pretty cool stuff there. Moving on, going through the box here, we have the actual filter housing. So this is gonna be the actual bit that your air filter sits in. It is an open top design, which means that it's gonna sit in the truck like this, actually like this, and then you're gonna be able to look in and see that air filter up here. So it's not closed off at all like some of the other manufacturers on the market. Pretty cool filter box here, really nice. Again, nice quality injection molded plastic, really rigid, not gonna flex. It's got this nice Magnum Force logo here, excuse me. And then it does have this nice AFE Power branding here again. This is actually a steel tag, which is pretty cool. It's actually pop riveted in there. So really, really nice filter housing here. Set that off to the side. Hopefully it also doesn't roll off the table. All right, and then last but not least, of course, is the filter box. So this one, let's open this guy up. It's gonna have this massive, massive air filter in it. A big old 5-inch cone air filter, really big. I mean, legit, it's the size of my face, no joke. So, big old air filter, really gonna help you flow some additional air, you know, for those of you guys that are tuned or are looking for more airflow or just want that added performance. So, in terms of performance, it's a really good segue. In terms of performance, AFE does advertise that this kit picks up about 37% more flow. And ultimately what that's gonna mean is, per their dyno sheets, you're gonna pick up about, I believe it's 20-ish horsepower and about 25 foot-pounds of torque. So pretty staggering numbers for a small intake like this. Really simple bolt-on, really easy to do, and just overall a really quality product. So I'm gonna get all this put away, put it back in the box, and then we'll go into the last little bit, which is the Banks Power electronic goodies. So let's get after it. All right, guys, so last but not least on our list today to go over are some goodies from Banks Power. Now, if you guys don't know, Banks Power's been in the industry for a super long time, I believe since the late 70s actually. Some pretty awesome stuff. They actually started in performance boat racing and then later on developed the first turbo kit that you could buy for a factory produced engine from the dealer. So they have a really rich history. They've been really, really good about being involved in the performance industry. And for anyone that knows performance of both gas and diesel engines, Gale Banks is a pretty familiar name. So we got hooked up with the guys from Banks Performance. They actually sent us one of their pedal monster kits and one of their iDash data monsters. So today we're gonna be going through those. There's also a single gauge pod kit there for the data monster. So we'll get into that in just a little bit. So I think that's it. Let's attack it. So up first is the pedal monster kit. It's gonna look just like this guy right here. And when you take the cover off, you're gonna see this nice little itty bitty plug-in monitor. It's really simple, not super flattering, and that's good. The pedal monster is really designed to plug into your OBD2 port and act as a throttle response module. Now, what is a throttle response module, you may ask? Basically, the pedal monster plugs in and adapts how your throttle responds to your gas pedal on any drive-by-wire vehicles, which is pretty much anything post 1996. Really, what the pedal monster is gonna do is two things. It's gonna actually act to help give you back some throttle responsiveness should you decide to go with bigger wheels and tires, because we all know that 37s roll a little bit harder than a 31. Additionally, it's also gonna have a ton of built-in fail-safes for you, so that way, if something were to happen, if it detects low voltage, anything like that, it's gonna go back to standard voltage and the standard throttle response for you. So basically, it's never gonna leave you stranded out there. So super cool option. Really, really excited to get that on the truck. I know we just put one on Lawson's truck a couple days ago and he was really, really jacked for it. He said it completely changed the way his truck drove. So that's on this side. Partnering up with that, we have the Banks iDash Data Monster. And this is a really cool little product made by Banks Engineering that is really a performance monitor and a monitor in general for the watch indicators for your engine. So what this little guy is gonna do is plug into your OBD2 port and actually monitor some key parameters of your engine, like air-fuel ratio or exhaust gas temperature, and actually will monitor in some applications over 100 different engine parameters. Pretty awesome stuff there, really gonna help you make sure that your engine is healthy and make sure that while you're tuning it and after you've tuned it and stuff, that it's not gonna blow up and catastrophically detonate on you. So in the box here is gonna come the actual data monster. It's this little gauge, 52 millimeters, fits in a standard gauge pod. And then under that is gonna be all the wiring and zip ties and stuff like that that you really would want to make sure that that install goes in super clean. So again, it's not a tuner, it's not gonna tune the engine, but it is gonna help you make sure that your engine is as healthy as it can possibly be. And then with that, of course, is the single gauge pod kit, which is just a universal mount for the 52 millimeter gauge that the Data Monster sits in. One other really cool note about the Data Monster is that you can actually daisy chain them together, and that means that you could, in theory, have 4 of them across your dash watching all different types of parameters. So again, this is all the parts that we have for the Powerwagon. Wanted to get them opened up, wanted to look at them a little bit here. We're super excited to get them in the truck. As you guys probably know, the build series is going on the main channel right now, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you check it out, and if you want to pick up any of these products, you can do so at customassets.com. Peace.